Hello and welcome to our place in Sicily. Today we're going to talk doors and windows. So here we get a good view of the front of our house, and you can see far more doors than we have windows. Our first door is to the guest house, then our main door. Behind me is the church, so you can hear the church bells. And let's get a closer look at these windows. As you'll see in the video, we basically had 3 windows on the front here. 2 that were shorter, these first 2, and then the third one's a little longer. And at first we just wanted all of them to be the same size, but I think this is an even better, I hope you'll agree, that this is a nice length. In the video, you'll see basically they took the bottom part off. These trims are made in pieces, 2 tops and 2 sides. And then you'll see that Pio, our muratore, our master mason, was refitting these sides, these flat sides here, with brick to stretch them out, and then we'll have somebody come in and create a connecting detail here, so they will look like all one piece. So that's a major job. Our front door has this cool little shell so the doors don't open out, and we will be replacing this. Right now I'm just trying to get my key out, see if today I can open it. My thumb still is a little weak from the breaking of it, and haha, I did it. It's a pull and push operation. I'm showing you this from inside that room that Pio finished for us, and I'm showing you only because you can see how important for this room that having more window is going to be. So not only did we pretty much double its size, when we take the grate out, which we're going to reuse somewhere else, we really almost triple the light in this room. And in a room that would be completely dark on the ground floor, will soon be full of light. And every bit of light is super important. Even this tiny window in what will be an ensuite bath here is super important. And that's blocked up about 2/3, and it's still really letting some light into this room. I mean, we'll have lights, electric too. Not an easy job, lots still to go, but it's a good start. So we have a lot of doors and windows in this house. In fact, we have 25 doors, exterior doors, doors that go from the inside to the outside, and we have 15 windows, which is interesting because I would say in the US, that's a little different. Our last house, which was, to be fair, it's about half the size of this place. We had 14 windows, so about the same number of windows, but only 4 doors. 4 versus 25. And part of that reason is because doors like this, which we're putting in the French style doors, so 2 doors that'll fit in here, and they'll be mostly glass. Not everybody does that. That's what we're doing. And they actually call that a window. And that's also a window. So let's show you a little bit of what we did to get to where we are now. It all starts with a lot of jackhammering because this is all stone. It'd be a much easier process if this was wood studs and gypsum, but maybe the house wouldn't still be standing if it was. So there's some good parts to this as well. A lot of loud jackhammering, and basically even on every kind of door, they need to clean it up so that they can put in this metal guide So these are pre-ordered. The architect brought our door guy in, pre-ordered a jamb. Would you believe that every single one is different? Now, I can't even promise that these doors are square, but my guess is, for the most part, they get the jamb that'll fit best, and they make it a square. The idea is, whenever possible, we're trying to square things up. It could be a futile thing, but even if none of the doors match, if we can get a square door in there, then they stay better, they work better. So these would have bars across them as they installed them to keep them square amongst themselves as a unit. And then they cement them into the opening, hold them there, and then eventually when it's dry, those bars get to come out. And they're not like heavy bars. The bars are just basically, I don't know, I think these are MDF. They're all painted, probably so they're sealed so they could stay indoors for a long time during construction. And then they have to sort of fix the openings, put the frames in, and then they get to start doing the fun stuff. Fun things like adding the marble. So windowsills and thresholds. I think the thresholds made one of the biggest differences in our dining room. Also, cleaning this room up made a big difference in this dining room. Now, the dining room we had some issues with. We had originally intended on keeping all of this stone showing because it's really cool the way it's lava stone and brick, but when they had to match it up, we didn't really have the same materials to match it up fully on both sides. So let me take you to the outside, because not all the work happened from the inside, some of it happened from the outside. And you can see here that they did a pretty good job of making that, because it was all the way through, of matching up this one side. It was just too difficult to make it work on both. So this side is going to stay open, which we had planned ever since we saw how beautiful it was. But the inside, we will be stuccoing, plastering the whole walls. So it's a little sad, but the fact that it'll be outside and it'll be a major design element that you'll see from everywhere in the courtyard, it's not such a bad thing. On the front of the house, we had all of our big grand balcony doors, and a little one on the side too. Same process for these doors. The process for these doors was cleaning them up, pulling out what was there. By the way, we're just not able to save the doors that were on here. They were wood and glass, but so destroyed by the elements, some of them being tied together with rope. If we fixed them, they would be probably more compound material. I don't even know how you would fix them. They were that destroyed, and less wood. Like, the ratio wouldn't have been something that we would have wanted to keep. So the outside doors we're not keeping. The inside doors do have some damage to some of them, but those we will be restoring, because they need a good sanding, polishing, probably some special sealer coats, the equivalent of putting on a nice moisturizing mask on them. And those interior doors will be restored, but that's for another day. Today we're just talking exterior. Sebe and Salvatore are down there working on another project, which we'll cover at another time, but I wanted you to get a good look at what the windows and doors look like on the new part and the old part of the building. You can now really see the difference in Igor, our architect's plan to create these two inner stacking volumes of house. Very modern, and not even so much modern as just clean and not going to compete with the others. These are the window grills, which we don't need on the window anymore. And you can imagine, even though they're fully open, how much light they actually blocked. So imagine squishing them all together and making a metal sheet out of them and then putting it in front of the window. So with these off, we're just letting so much more light in. And we did do a little video short before asking people for recommendations, and I'm gonna do the same thing this time. What are your recommendations? I have some ideas, but we got some good ideas before. So we aren't settled on anything. You can see there's two kinds. There's sort of like a flat version. It uses a flat pieces of iron versus rounded pieces of iron. And I will tell you, they're very heavy. So we did have some really great ideas to use them in like doors, set into doors, like a panel. But I don't think that is doable, like cabinet doors, because those buggers are very, very heavy. So what's your idea? How would you use these? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching. We'd love to have you subscribe, and until next time, ciao, ciao.